A man was walking through the Russian taiga, making his way toward a trap he and others had set to catch wolves, which were considered pests due to the threat they posed to livestock. But when he finally reached the trap, he didn't find any wolves waiting there. Instead, he was met with something completely unexpected and far more terrifying.
Хороший, ну. Такой сожрет нахуй. Пизда зубы. Я зубы. Я урываю челюсть. Все зубы себе выбрал. Да убить уже.
Yeah, the first thing that comes to mind is who built that cage. I just know the guy who welded that thing is probably so proud of himself right now. That is terrifying. Seeing a bear that angry and aggressive really makes you think about what would have happened to the cameraman if it had managed to break free. The man was suddenly stuck in a very difficult situation. The trap was designed for wolves, not for a bear, and now there was a fully grown, furious bear trapped inside it. But leaving it there wasn't an option either because the bear would have eventually died. At the same time, let's be honest, who would willingly get close enough to deal with that? Fortunately, the bear was eventually released. I don't have details on how they managed to do it, but whoever handled that situation and set the bear free had to be incredibly brave. Victoria is a woman who, a few years ago, decided to convert a Jeep into a camper and fully commit to van life, traveling around and sharing the experience online. She posted plenty of videos showing both the good and the bad sides of that lifestyle, but most of the time it looked exciting, and people really enjoyed following her journey. However, one night, things went very differently. In this video, she was heading into the forests of New York to try out a free dispersed camping spot, something she never tried before.
So I save so much money when I'm here, which I'm saving money right now to go international and do van life internationally. We're gonna do that first. Then I'm going to, for the first time ever, I'm gonna find free dispersed camping, probably in New York. I'm gonna go to New York today. And I've never done this in this area, so I don't know what I'm gonna find. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully I'll have somewhere to sleep today. But let's get some groceries first.
After driving around for a while, she eventually found a spot and decided to park her van there.
I'm not much of a hiker, but these woods are so serene. It's very nice out here. I want to tell you guys what I'm doing after this. I'm going somewhere else. There's something that makes me incredibly uncomfortable. That's the thought of driving in a different country. I'm already kind of uncomfortable driving here in America in the cities and stuff, but driving in a different country I've never done before. It's just something that I feel like, oh, I can't do that. I booked a flight to do just that. This is a huge challenge for me that I want to overcome to kind of gain more confidence. And I feel like this will open a door to so many more things. I don't have to just stay in America to do driving. I mean, maybe I'm just making it harder than it is on my...
She set up her camp, cooked herself something, and for a while she was just relaxing and enjoying the moment. The forest looked beautiful, it was quiet, peaceful, and it really felt like nothing could disturb her out there, right? Well, wrong. As the night went on, she eventually fell asleep, but around 1:30 a.m. she was suddenly woken up by the sound of another car pulling up right next to her van.
What the fuck?
You guys gonna kick me out of this spot? Huh? Are you guys gonna move your truck so I can at least leave? You can move your truck so I can leave? Huh? Well, it's kind of weird that
I was well, I am. Well, now I have to like leave because there's no way I can sleep like this. Can you at least ask, like, or say excuse me or something? Like, I was camped here.
I understand. We told you we didn't know there was anybody in there.
Right, but can you like say like
go into the woods.
yeah, but it's just common courtesy to say sorry. I didn't realize. Is it okay if we camp here? But it's like this is the spot that I got. It's just strange. It's rude.
A group of people pulled up and parked their van right next to Victoria's truck, so close that she literally couldn't leave, even if she wanted to. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and realizing you're blocked in like that. Your mind immediately starts racing. She tried to talk to them, but they acted like she wasn't even there, completely ignoring everything she said. Eventually, they did move their vehicle, but the whole situation was strange. They just showed up, took over her spot, and behaved like it belonged to them. Those are honestly the worst kind of people, and unfortunately, Victoria ended up leaving because of it. At least they let her go, but saying they didn't know she was there makes no sense. A whole van parked there is a pretty clear sign that someone's around. Still, I'm just glad it didn't escalate into something worse. MKP Studio is a channel where the creator enjoys exploring deep, remote forests, places often connected to mysteries and unsettling stories. And when you spend enough time in locations like that, you're bound to come across some strange things. That's exactly what happened in this video. He planned to return to a spot he had filmed at before in the Pacific Northwest of Washington, after many viewers asked him to revisit it. But this time, the experience turned out to be far more unsettling than the last.
I'm really curious to revisit this location and see if there was anything else that maybe we missed. Nearby this cell phone, we actually found a cross in the ground, and I speculate that it could be maybe a grave site of some sort, but I still don't really know. And what's even crazier is that not even 10 minutes ago, I got a severe weather alert. So apparently there's some sort of tropical storm moving its way through Washington, so it's currently pouring down rain right now. So that just adds another layer to this video because I'm definitely about to get soaked.
He started hiking toward the spots he had visited on his previous trip. At the beginning of the trail, a few warning signs catch his attention. One reads that over 40 lives have been lost there, and that more than 20 people have gone missing in the area over the years. Just reading that is unsettling, making you wonder what kind of dangers lurk here to cause so many tragedies. As he continues along the trail, it isn't long before he stumbles across objects scattered around some trees.
I see some like trash. Yo, it's a suitcase and a tire. That's crazy. So I think we're just gonna keep hiking up there and see what else we can find. But we got ourselves a tire, a suitcase, and a weird looking blanket.
These objects looked like they once belonged to someone, like a travel suitcase, a blanket. I mean, who brings a suitcase out into some random woods? Not far from that spot, he also came across several missing person posters and a discarded sleeping bag. What made it even more unsettling was that inside the bag was a shotgun shell, suggesting that whoever had been there might have had dark intentions, or who knows what else. Eventually, he made it to the spot he was searching for, where the cross stood. But this time, it felt stranger.
This is the area that I found the cell phone and the cross, and you can see the cross right there. It seems to have fallen over. This was the exact area where we found that phone ringing. I came down this trail near this waterfall and I started hearing ringing, and I was trying to figure out where it was coming from, and it was right over here. So let's go see if anything's changed. Whoa. There's something else right down there. There is something else over here. Whoa. It says, forgive us. This was not here the last time. This was the original one that we found, but it's fallen over. But there's this new one right next to it that says, forgive us.
What makes this spot so significant that someone actually came back twice just to replace a fallen cross with a new one? Could this be a place where a body was buried in the past? Maybe one of the missing persons? Honestly, we could come up with endless theories about this location that we wouldn't even have time to cover. But what he discovered next almost made him shut off the camera and head straight home.
I think I just found something. Holy. What? Okay. I'm speechless right now. I feel like we have just stumbled across something that we were not supposed to. So we have found ourselves in a situation here, and I don't know what to do next.
A cluster of strange symbols, carefully crafted from tied together branches. Things often linked to dark rituals and satanic practices. But as if that wasn't unsettling enough, what happened next completely convinced him to turn around and head home.
Today has been an extremely eventful trip. I can officially say that I am further now in the woods than I have ever explored before. Whoa. What was that? Whoa. What was that? What was that? That sounded like a drone, maybe? That was really loud. I've never heard that before.
That sound is genuinely disturbing, and it really doesn't resemble anything you'd normally hear out in the woods. Hearing that was enough for him to immediately head back to his car and leave the area without wasting another second. But let's rewind for a moment. What was really happening in that place? Do you think the disappearances could be connected to those strange symbols? Could there be people out there performing some kind of ritual, or is that taking it too far? There are so many details that just don't add up. Why would someone leave a sleeping bag deep in the woods unless they were running from something? And why would anyone bring a suitcase out there in the first place? It makes you wonder if someone traveling through the area was attacked and their belongings were later scattered throughout the forest. Or maybe there's a simpler explanation that we're missing. In the end, these are all just theories, and we'll probably never know what truly happened there. Still, the objects, the cross, and especially those sounds, leave a lot of unanswered questions. Let me know what you think about all of this. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Now, if you got here, that means you like what you're seeing, right? So how about hitting that subscribe and like buttons, and if you truly enjoy it, you might as well hype the video and click the bell icon to be notified when I post. Also, take a look at this awesome merch. Maybe you'll like something. Dan's Van Life. Yeah, the name says it all. It's literally just Dan living in his van. Shocking, I know. Whispers, you're a genius. Anyway, his videos usually revolve around his travels, little adventures, and whatever random stuff happens while he's out living the van life. But this trip, a bit different. He headed out to Colorado, planning to spend the night in the wilderness with just his trusty van and his adorable dog. But this time he was about to run into something a little crazy.
So I think today I took a couple days off of editing and filming, just kind of let myself recharge a little. I need to get a video completely edited today, start to finish. So we are going to take my laptop, the grow lot, the van's still kind of messy from last night, and we're gonna go sit in the park and edit the video up in the beautiful park with the mountain atmosphere and the people walking around, and should make it a little more fun than usual. Got an iced coffee from McDonald's. Cassie got kicked out of McDonald's. Worker wasn't happy that I brought her in, but I couldn't care less what a McDonald's worker thinks.
After cruising through some seriously stunning landscapes, he eventually found a solid camp spot and parked there for the night. Everything seemed chill.
It is past time for Cassie to eat, so we're gonna give the doggy dinner, and then I might just be playing some video games. I might move the TV back up onto the wall, and I might take down the whole racing sim tomorrow. But I'm ready just to eat some of my snacks, some of my potato salad, my leftover Chinese noodles, and just call it a night.
After parking and grabbing a quick bite, he figured he'd take his dog for a walk and explore the area a bit. Just a casual stroll through nature, but this is where things started to get scary.
After dinner walk, take a walk up this road, see if maybe there's a better viewpoint of the mountain behind me, and just check it out. Kind of cool right off the bat. Looks like horse poop. There's either a moose or a horse right outside of the van right now. And he just made a scary noise. Or a bear. Holy shit, there's a bear right outside the van. Hey, bear. He's huge. He's huge.
If you got here, comment the word secluded.
If I wouldn't have said something, he was gonna go in the van. If I wouldn't have hollered, hey bear, he was about to walk his way right into the van. Stay. Cassie, sit. Sit. Hey bear. Hey big guy.
Man, Dan was seriously lucky that Bear wasn't in the mood for a night snack. You could practically see the bear sizing up the situation, thinking it through, and then deciding, not worth it, before backing off. Thing is, if Dan hadn't yelled when he did, that bear was absolutely heading straight into the van. Now, imagine if Dan didn't see it. Imagine he kept walking, totally unaware, and the bear just casually climbed inside. Then Dan comes back, opens the door like it's just another night, and boom, there's a massive bear chilling in his living room on wheels. That could have ended very differently, and of course, the dog wanted to make a new furry friend. Dogs are like that. They think everything's a playmate, even a 600-pound apex predator. The real win here is that Dan was paying attention. He heard the sounds, stayed alert, and didn't brush it off. That's exactly what I'm always saying. When you're out in nature, stay sharp. Treat the forest like stepping into a stranger's house, except the stranger might be a bear. Be respectful, be alert, and don't ever assume just because you've never had a close call, you won't. That kind of thinking is exactly how people get caught off guard. This next video was sent to me by Chris, who runs a paranormal group on Facebook and YouTube called NKPS Paranormal. In his downtime, he likes to go camping. Lately, he had been hearing strange things, like howling, sticks breaking, and getting some weird images and videos on his game cams. So, he decided to head back out there, set up camp, and use some of his gear to investigate. What happened next left both him and the viewers in shock.
What's up, guys? Your friendly ghost hunter here, Chris. So I've decided to come back here and camp out for you all tonight. All my gear. We'll see what happens. So I'll get back to you after I set the tent and everything up. I do have my pew again tonight with me, just in case something goes down. But I'm gonna try to get set up inside the tent, and maybe we'll do a walk around here later. I'll get back with you after I get this set up.
Now, you know how I feel about ghost hunting gear. I usually skip the parts where they're trying to talk to spirits through those little gadgets. But this video isn't about invisible things or weird words popping up on screens. This one's about something, let's just say, a bit more physical. Chris set up his tent, got inside, started recording, and was using some of his equipment when this happened.
Well, I'm gonna give you all a few more minutes, and then we're gonna call this quit with this stuff. Then we're gonna go out and walk around and see what we can get into, see what we can find. And then we're gonna call it a night. Hey! Hey! What the is that? Jesus Christ. Something just literally jumped on this tent.
Despair.
Who is out there? Did you all see that? Alright guys, I'm back out here. I don't see anything. Anybody out here?
Now, I don't know what that was, but I really don't think it was human. Sure, I might not believe in those ghost hunting gadgets, but I can't deny how creepy it was that, right when something hit the tent, those things started beeping like crazy. Chris got out to check, but there was nothing there, and from what he told me, he's a father of 5. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who'd fake something just for views, so I'll leave it to you. What do you think it was? Some strange entity lurking in the forest, or just someone messing with him in the middle of the night? That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. You can also turn on the bell so you'll get notified whenever I post. And if you want to keep watching, click on one of the videos on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy those too.